Hey folks, welcome back to the channel Techado, and in this episode you'll be seeing a lot of drones laid out, which means that it's going to be a drone dedicated episode. So in this episode we are going to not talk about all the crazy stuff that's out here, which I use a lot of the time. I also shot the whole vlog in Utah with a GoPro Hero 8, a Hero 7, and I have a Hero 9 running right now, so I cannot show you the Hero 9. But actually it was shot mostly by Hero 9 on my quads and everything. Now coming back to drones, you might get excited with the launch of the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Yes, you heard it right, DJI Mavic Mini 2 is launching. So here are some pictures of the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Now let's look into the picture. So as you can see right now, it is very similar to the DJI Mavic Mini, which means that it is going to be sub 250. And sub 250 would not require any sort of FAA license. So that is good, that you do not require a FAA license to fly this drone. Does that mean that you're not going to follow laws? No, you have to follow laws, which means that you cannot fly over moving objects. You cannot fly over moving subjects when you're shooting at night. You have to make sure that you have a very bright light on top of your quad so that your quad is visible. And obviously, you cannot shoot in a lot of state national parks. Now, if you are shooting in national parks or anything, make sure you take the permit. And if you are a hobbyist and if you are a Part 107 license owner, you already know what to do because you have taken that Part 107 test. So I think that the DJI Mavic Mini 2 is going to be revolutionary in the perspective that this is a 4K 60 FPS drone. Now I know for sure this is going to be 4K 60 FPS. I do not know what will be the final release, but it is a 4K enabled drone and it is going to shoot 4K 60 FPS. And the gimbal, it's a little bit interesting because if you watch the gimbal very carefully, this gimbal is very similar to that of a DJI Osmo Pocket. Osmo Pocket 1, the reason behind is that the sensor size on this is 1 by 2/3. Now, the sensor size on the Osmo Pocket 2 is 1 by 1.7, so it's a bigger sensor. What megapixels will it shoot? I'm pretty sure until unless the specs are released, but according to my research, I found out that the video will be shot at 12 megapixel. So videos will be like 12 megapixel. Pictures, I do not know whether they are going to do it 48, 24 or 64. But I'm pretty sure this should be round about 24 megapixels. Then comes that what all video formats is it going to shoot? Well, it's going to shoot 1080p at 60 for sure. You can shoot 2.7K at 60 frames per second. You are going to get 4K 30 or 4K 60. My biggest thing that I will be very excited on the day launch is that whether they're going to include 1080p at 120 FPS or not. So we have to wait for the day launch and we have to check whether it's going to be 120 FPS or not. Now here comes size of the drone. The size is exactly same, folks, exactly of the DJI Mavic Mini. This is a 3-inch quad. It's going to be ultralight, 249 grams. That is including whenever you put the SD card inside the quad. Super foldable and portable. And what will be the flight time? Well, the flight time, as you can see in the picture, they're using the same batteries. The reason behind is that even if they change a little bit here and there, there'll be a gram additional weight. So the flight time remains the same, 30 minutes of flight time. They're using two 18650 batteries in it. So these are lithium-ion batteries, and these are not LiPo batteries, which we use heavily on quads like this and also in very bigger quads. So if it's not LiPo and if it's lithium-ion, what is going to be the difference? Well, 30 minutes of flight is what you're getting, but there is something called higher amp draw. Higher amp draw means that whenever your quad or your quadcopter is trying to recover from a very severe pitch, so for example, you're going into a sport mode and it's trying to recover and it's fighting against the wind, it's drawing more amps from your drone. Well, your DJI Mavic Mini 2, as it was seen in DJI Mavic Mini, will get continuous alerts of you to land down your drone whenever there is severe wind, because since it's an 18650 cells, these won't be able to draw a lot of amps. So flight characteristics is also going to be the same of that of a DJI Mavic Mini. So what did change more? Apart from the 4K camera, now they have got the better controller. I said the better controller because two linear antennas, well, it was not a linear, it was omnidirectional kind of antennas, was not cutting the edge when it came to for like deeper penetration of non-radiation frequency, which means the 5 gigahertz frequency. So for better penetration of 5 gigahertz frequency, and because it's receiving not only telemetry, it's also receiving the video signal, which means that for a higher quality video, the front antennas of the DJI Mavic Mini 2 controller are going to be kind of patch controllers. So what does that mean? That means you're going to get higher decibels, you're going to get higher reception, and you will also get better penetration of frequency. Now, here comes range. Well, the range, as you see out here written in the box, it's 10 kilometers, which is approximately 4.8 to 5 miles. That will be the same. But I'm 100% sure, since they have changed the pattern of antenna of the remote controller, you would notice a better reception of video. Usually that's going to be like 720p. You will not see any signal breakouts or anything. So range is going to be the same, but the quality of the video will be enriched. As a combo kit, you'll find 3 batteries. They will include the new controller, they will include the drone, they will include a bag, and they are going to include a 3 battery charging hub. Now here comes the last point, is what is going to be the price? Well, the price is suspected to be $599. So they are going to keep $399, the price of the DJI Mavic Mini, $499 for the Fly More combo. DJI Mavic Mini 2 will be $599 for the base version, and probably $699 for the Mavic Mini 2 4K, and then they will again pitch you the DJI Mavic Air 2. So, and then they got the whole spectrum of like till $1,000 covered with their latest launch. So I'm super excited, folks, to watch this. By the way, if you have not checked out, this is one of my smallest build in the channel. This is one of the smallest long range that has been tested in the channel, and I have posted a video. Thank you for everybody for supporting the the video, and I did like 6 or 7 tests on this quad, and do check it out. I usually fly it with my Insta360 Go. That is the reason this is ultra light. This is sub 200 grams, to be honest. I love flying this. There is a project that's happening where I'm going to strip out this GoPro and make it naked. Now, naked GoPro will allow us to give 4K 60 with a crazy hyper smooth stabilization on quads like this. So that's it, folks. That's it from the channel Techado. I hope you guys are excited about the new launch of the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Unfortunately, like this is a small channel. We are not going to invest on the DJI Mavic Mini 2 this year, just because I'm just surrounded with quads. So I have projects which I usually use these quads for. There's a very interesting episode coming up, which is going to be for the iFlight Green Hornet, and I have changed the props to Penta. So you are getting Penta props. Why Penta props, and what is the difference between tri props and Penta props? That is going to be another kind of technical video where you will understand flight characteristics on quads like this, which are ducted, are going to change significantly if you have more props. Usually that is not the scenario with quads like this, which are not protected or anything. Quads like this, the lesser it is, better flight time you get. But tri-props is the mother of freestyle, the mother of everything, because it has more grip in the air. So we are going to talk about that later on in another episode. Till then, have a nice night, stay safe, stay healthy, keep on watching Techado, and for more drones and information on new technology, we'll keep you updated. Till then, good night, take care.